Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Baker Booking Holiday Showcase Celebration. Welcome, happy holidays and all of that. I've got my festiveness going on here behind me. It's really wonderful to see so many of you here with us this afternoon from all over the world, really. I think we're all going to be happy to say goodbye to 2020. It's definitely posed challenges for a lot of us. So this is sort of a celebration, a gift to all of you from Baker Booking. I'm Louise Baker, and I will be your co-host along with my partner, Bruce Swan. Our agency started back in 2014 representing national touring artists. We now represent 6 different artists who tour nationally and some also internationally. They are singer-songwriters, composers, and guitarists. We are both members of Folk Alliance International, and we have frequented the NERFA, Northeast Regional, and SURFA, Southeast Regional Folk Alliance conferences, and many of our clients have also been out at the Far West Conference and at FARM. I am also a talent buyer for ICE's Music Hall, which is in Asheville, North Carolina, kind of on hiatus the last 8th month, but that's another thing that I do. And my partner, Bruce, as many of you know, is a DJ on WPKN in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and WRFR in Rockland, Maine. We're very thrilled to see so many of our peers in the music community here, including presenters, house concerts, venue bookers, and festival directors. We're equally happy to see many new names and faces of friends, family, and fans from the west coast of the United States, across this country and Canada, all the way over to Great Britain. Thank you for taking a couple of hours out of your busy Sunday to enjoy a variety of great talent. We'll certainly have fun this afternoon too. Now, I just want to tell you a little bit about the Zoom protocol for the concert this afternoon. In case some of you haven't been to a Zoom concert before, there's some special things that we want to bring your attention to regarding the sound. So first of all, look down on your little menu bar below your Zoom window, and I want to call your attention to the participants button. It has a 2 little people emoji. If you pop that open, you'll see on the bottom left-hand side a little blue hand signal. Now, here's the thing. Everybody is muted now. Bruce and I are the only ones that can unmute you or the artist tonight. So if any of you are wearing headphones, you are in a very quiet room this afternoon. There's no dogs barking. You're not crunching on peppermint candies or rustling papers. There's no motorcycle zooming by. You get it? You're in a really quiet place. You can click that blue hand emoji. I'll see it pop up in your Zoom window. I will unmute you so that you can join Bruce and I to actually applaud today for the artists. I'll just choose a couple of people if you're willing and able. Now, don't take offense if later during the show we have to mute you, because sometimes peripheral noise will really have an impact on the performers. Anyway, if you want to try that, that's great. There's other emojis there too. You can put the clap hand emoji, smiley face emoji, etc. There's other ways that you can interact with us today. Beside the participants is the chat button right in the middle there. Please click that open and watch that during the show. We're going to be posting the websites for all of the artists today so you can check out their merch. You know, it's just in time for holiday giving, and find out more about their tours and their information. We'll also be putting a PayPal pool that we've put together for all of these artists today. We'll be posting that if you feel generous enough and want to put a donation in. And we want you to chat with each other and with us. Tell us, how did you hear about the show? Did you come for a particular artist? What are you doing for the holidays? Just use the chat with each other. And also, very important is the video camera. Down in the corner here, you'll see the video camera icon. If it has a red line across it, that means we can't see you. The whole idea of Zoom is to provide an interactive audience for these performers that have just been performing to a white light for 8 months. So if you're willing, unblock your video. Don't worry if you haven't had your hair cut in a while or your dog's sitting on your lap. That doesn't matter. Just let us see your faces if you're willing. That really makes for a nicer show. So I am going to turn this over to my partner, Bruce, to talk a little bit about how this format of the show is going to run, and then we're going to hop right to the music. Thank you, Bruce.
Howdy, everybody. Good Sunday afternoon to you all. So good to see all these familiar faces and some new faces and some of the artists that we haven't seen in a while. So it's good to be hanging with you this Sunday afternoon. We appreciate you making us part of your weekend plans. So thank you so much. You know, the loss and postponement of the festivals, the concerts, and the conferences was the right decision for the organizers and the promoters. This is not a good time for us to gather in en masse and to be together close. So while that was the right decision, it is still nonetheless a severe loss for all of us, and looking forward to when we can safely and wisely get back together. Technology has certainly allowed us to gather here today, and perhaps the silver lining in the pandemic has been finding new and innovative ways for us as booking agents to present the artists that comprise the Baker booking roster. We will say this a few times throughout the show, as some of you will arrive a little bit later. You can find information about all the artists on the comprehensive website at bakerbooking.com. There's also a link there for some of the shows that are coming up, the PayPal artist, and as well as a direct link if you wish to communicate with us directly about any one of the particular artists. Now, the primary goals this afternoon are threefold. One, we don't want to introduce you to all of our artists in one concert. We thought this would be a clever way to do so, and has worked well for other organizations for a long period of time. So we sought to employ that as well. We want to demonstrate that these fine artists can present and deliver a brilliant performance online, that they are able to conduct and engage with the audience, your audiences. And that said, if you have a bricks and mortar venue, if you are a host of a house concert or a coffee house series, and you'd like some assistance putting one of these concerts together, either from booking one of our artists or asking us to assist you with running the program, please PM either Louise or myself, and we'll make an appointment to get together with you and share that information. We've had quite a good success record. And Louise will be talking about some of those upcoming shows that we are organizing for other promoters. At conferences, we're all accustomed to making booking decisions over a short period of time. We go from room to room, guerrilla showcase to guerrilla showcase in the late night hours, and sit through many formal presentations of artists. We're accustomed to making important decisions in a very short period of time, and sometimes we need to revisit these artists 2 or 3 times throughout the weekend. Well, at the end of each song, you're truly welcome to clap. And it may be the first time that some of these artists have heard human applause in quite a few times. They will find it to be quite moving, as well perhaps yourselves. Our first performers today hail from the UK. They are husband and wife duo, Ray Hughes and Sean Chandler. Their music is influenced largely by the early and traditional folk scene in the UK, and their songs often take a twist. For the uninitiated to the Black Feathers, a happy song is a good murder ballad. But maybe 1 or 2 good things will happen to a very minor character. That's the making of a good and happy, pleasant song from the Black Feathers. Their original songs with rich harmonies, some reinterpreted songs, are all interwoven with their comedic interpretations of, well, just about anything and everything. We're really pleased to present our first performers this afternoon from there, an evening or night in the UK, and perhaps maybe morning down under. I'm not sure of the time zones. I'm a typical American, and arithmetic is tough when it comes to the clock. But please do make very welcome the Black Feathers. It's so wonderful to see you with all the stuff going on, buying and selling a house and moving and upending and all the complications. Thanks for being with us, and it's really, really wonderful to see you both.
Oh, thanks for having us, man. We're very glad to be here. Hi, everybody.
Hello. That was beautiful, Bruce.
Thank you.
Can we get a copy of that?
Yeah.
That's better than our own bio.
I lifted some of the better lines from you.
We like to be clapped. It has been a long time since we've heard an applause. So whether we've earned it or not, that would be amazing.
So Bruce mentioned the silver lining of a pandemic, so it seems only fitting to open with this one. This is called Silver Lining. I'm going deaf. I'm on an old grey cloud with a worn-out silver lining, but I got friends to tell me where I'm going wrong.
Time's a thief creeping through the seasons. Feels like I want more chance to try to bring this home. And even if the thing that saves me tries to break me in the end, I won't lay down. I won't lay down and learn how to die. And things may change under these strange skies. We'll rise. The dead sleep with their eyes wide open, while the living wide awake can barely even see. So try to walk the road that's seldom taken, where the haunted eyes can never follow me. And even if the thing that saves me tries to break me in the end, I won't lay down. I won't lay down and learn how to die. And things may change under these strange skies. We'll rise. And I won't let down. And I won't let down and learn how to die. And things may change under these strange skies. We'll rise. We will rise. I'm on an old grey cloud with a worn-out silver lining, but I got friends to tell me where I'm going wrong. Thank you all. Thanks so much. I was going to say we haven't got headphones in, so I've got no idea if you clapped or not.
I can hear it really
I
quietly.
could hear it. It's like an audience very, very far away.
And that's where they are.
They are far
They
away.
are far away.
So yeah,
The
it's-
internet makes the world very small.
It sure does. So yeah, it's 9 o'clock at night here. It has been pretty miserable all day. It has been cold and wet. I think the only thing sunny in England today is Ray's finish on his guitar.
Yeah.
Maybe that light up there.
Looks a bit Crimson Peak, I reckon.
And obviously there's our sunny dispositions, so it's not all bad. So we picked a little set that matched the weather. Started off hopeful. Gets a bit miserable. We'll see where we end up.
This is one of those songs that Bruce was alluding to. Shan, when I played her the little guitar lick that starts it off, and Shan said, "Oh, that reminds me of a horror movie." I was like, "Oh, right, off you go then. Write me a horror movie soundtrack."
So I wrote a song about my ex-boyfriend. when I was just a whippersnapper. Because it felt like a bit of a horror story, really. Take me back to Barcelona. Lions are crossed and seeds are sown, so I can say farewell to innocence just one more time, 'cause that was so many years ago. That was when I found my freedom. When I walked right over the edge of the earth, and I was so damn sure that fall would take me to my grave. That was so many years ago. I'd given blood and barely breathing. A little longer and there'd be nothing left of me. Take me back to Barcelona, 'cause I don't need these bones no more, 'cause I'm not that girl left to question by the sea. That was so many years ago. That was so many years ago. That was so many years ago.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Cheery stuff, eh?
Perfect.
Ooh, all these comments flying by. Hello, everybody. Sorry, I missed all that. Ooh. Should we do something a little cheerier?
We could try.
We got anybody celebrating a birthday in the chat? Let us know. I'm going to assume there's at least one of you, and you're just afraid to own up.
Well, if so, then this next one's for you. It's a song about getting old.
It will be. And this is going to be about us out of time by the end of this one. So I want a big shout out to Bruce and Louise from Baker Booking for keeping us in work for the last 7 or 8 months. Guys have been kicking our ass. In fact, I'm gonna put my ears in so I can hear you all if you're saying anything to us. Yeah, big shout out. Thank you all so much. It's been
Thanks,
been
Ray.
great that you've managed to conquer the trials of technology and
Been a
keep us all in
pleasure.
work.
It's our pleasure. Let's
We
keep it going.
appreciate it. Yeah, for sure. Give it up, everybody in the comments. Bruce and Louise, they're awesome. And we will see you wherever you are, hopefully in real life sometime next year. Never seen a miracle before.
Been looking at the inside of
This open door, but I've seen things that I've never seen before. Now the ghosts of Eden well.
I never used to do what I was told.
Mama always told me not to be so bold, but that's easy now that I am growing old, and the ghosts of Eden well. Never used to know what I would do, and looking at these photographs of you, these pictures have a different point of view. Now the ghosts of Eden well.
I never thought I'd give away my tears to everyone.
Watch as everyone around me disappears, and I've been lonely wandering for years, and the ghosts every turn away. Never knew what I was gonna do, and looking at these photographs of you, and these pictures have a different point of view. Now the ghosts of Eden well. Now the ghosts of Eden well. Sunburnt skies of emerald eyes were compromise sweet. Silver moons are gone too soon these days. Never knew what I was gonna do, and looking at these photographs of you, how can I be seeing something new? All of these pictures have a different point of view. Now the ghosts of Eden well. Now the ghosts of Eden well.
Wow.
Thanks, y'all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys.
It's been fun. Link in the doobly-doo if you want to help us stay alive a bit longer, and everybody else playing tonight, and Bruce and Louise. We're all starving. Though you wouldn't tell from this, I tell you.
Mirrors.
Yeah, right, exactly that. The camera
Just
adds
magnificent.
what? £50, something like that?
The scale said 60 for me this morning.
No more goodies after the holidays.
Cheers. It was beautiful.
Maybe.
Thank you.
Fair
Thank
enough.
you so
Fair
much,
enough.
Sean and Ray.
Pleasure.
Fantastic. Ah, that was just wonderful. So,
Thank you.
I guess I'm up. Wow. Good start, everybody. Yeah? Thumbs up? from across the ocean. We started out with the black feathers today because it's late and their neighbors don't appreciate when they're, playing that loud, that late. But wow, great start. So thank you all so much for being here again. We've got more to do. We are on Facebook as well, what Bruce said at the beginning of the show. But you're lucky because you're in here where we can interact with each other. But if you have friends watching on Facebook, they might enjoy it too. I just want to tell you a little bit about the other hats we wear, because besides doing Baker Booking, we're busy all the time too with various shows. Now, Bruce has a series, and I think Stan was talking about it, and we'll post a link in there, called Music My Mother Would Not Like. Yes, that's named after his radio show. And it's every Tuesday night. It is also on Zoom. It's 8 o'clock Eastern Time. We just finished our 23rd show. We've had over 100 artists in a 4 people a night showcase. So if you'd like to come to that on Tuesday, it's by no donation. We'll be putting that up. And this week we are featuring Michael Braunfeld, Annie Wentz, Samantha Price, and Will Kimbrough from Nashville. Pretty stellar lineup, so check that out Tuesday night. On Thursday night, Bruce has another series called Songs and Stories at Music My Mother Would Not Like. He features 2 artists, more like a interview that he might do on his radio show. This will be the 3rd show, and he's going to be featuring our own Jenner Fox, along with very talented songwriter that we met recently, Abby Posner, who lives out in LA. So that's Thursday night. On Friday night, I will be hosting a show for Isis Music Hall online, also on Zoom, with the incredibly talented Gretchen Peters. She's a Nashville songwriter. She tours all over the world. The Zoom room is almost sold out for that show. It's by donation, but we've had over 360 people sign up for Gretchen Peters. So you can find that also on our website and on our Facebook pages. And Saturday, we have a real treat. We are going to be hosting, along with our other co-hosts, and Bruce will talk about that in a little bit, Joan Baez, Joni Mitchell tribute show featuring our own Kipyn Martin and Allison Shapira. So we've got a busy week coming up. Now let's get on to some more music. It is with pleasure that I get to introduce international touring guitarist and composer Peppino D'Agostino. Peppino is coming to all of us today from his home out in the Bay Area in California. He's a native of Italy, but he's made his considerable mark as a musical artist on the guitar since arriving in the United States back in the 80s. In 2017, Guitar Player listed Peppino as one of the 50 transcendent superheroes of the acoustic guitar of all time. The CD Every Step of the Way was awarded by Acoustic Guitar's People's Choice Awards with the Bronze Medal for Best Acoustic Album of all time. Peppino recently, in April, released a very acclaimed new collection CD called Connexion. It's a fabulous CD. There's a lot more I could say, but we want to hear the music. I also want to tell you that Peppino is very fond of food, wonderful Italian food, and good wine. So, send that his way. And he has been using this downtime doing some stream shows, very successful, I might add, but also teaching guitar lessons, ukulele lessons, and now some composition to students of all ages. So please welcome our wonderful friend, Peppino D'Agostino.
Oh, wow. So nice to be here again. Thank you for taking this time to listen to us, and thank you, Louise and Bruce, for organizing this. And I like to start with a piece from my own country of Italy. This comes from the island of Sardinia, a beautiful island with their own very, very interesting traditional music. And this piece that I'll play for you originally is played on an instrument called launedas, which is an instrument, a very ancient instrument, with 3 canes, a short one, a medium size, and a long one. So the short one plays the melody, and the middle one plays the harmony, and the long one is like a drone. And of course, all those 3 canes are in the mouth of the player. There's 3 reeds, and it's really a difficult instrument to play. So the interesting thing is that you will hear three different voices going. And also these players, these launedas players, they use what's called a circular breathing, which allows them to inhale as they exhale. So they can play non-stop, sometimes for 40 minutes straight. It's a very interesting instrument, launedas, Launeddas. And so I'm going to play an arrangement of a piece originally written for launeddas. So, you know, you will hear three different voices going. So I hope I'm not going to get confused with all those voicing, but I'll do my best for you, my friends. And here we go. This is called Fiuda Bagadia. Fiuda Bagadia.
It's good to get the easy one out of the way first, right?
Fantastic.
It's fantastic. Bravo.
Thank you so much. So I'm planning to play 3 pieces. So I'm gonna unplug this guitar. You notice that I have a lot of guitars. That's how I spend my time during this pandemic, just playing my instruments here. I also have this thing here. This guitar shrank down. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna make a little noise. There you go. I'm gonna change guitar. By the way, this guitar is a guitar that I designed. If you want to know more about it, just let me know and I'll explain to you what happened about 20 years ago when this company in Canada asked me to create a guitar. And I designed this guitar, and this is another one of those Peppino signature model, and very happy with this instrument. I'm sure there's a lot of guitarists out there, so keep on playing your instrument. I will make you happy. So I don't know how many Italians are there. I see people from Australia, in Italy now, let's see, it's 9 hours, right? So it's like 10, almost 11 p.m. I don't know if anybody will be listening from Italy, but I'll be singing an Italian song for you, and I will tell you a little bit about the song. This is a song that I wrote with my friend Alfredo Morabito in Italy. And I wrote this song years ago. It's called Ancora un istante. Ancora un istante, not to be confused with asti spumante. Good. Some of you are okay. Some of you are laughing. That's good. So ancora un istante means one instant more. And so this song, probably the best thing for me to do is to translate some of the lyrics for you, just for the few Americans and English-speaking people that are out there. A journey without resting is this life. A journey where nobody knows where the final destination is and where. Sometimes we fear alone, but we're never alone. And we can feel that way in some special moments. The chorus says, vivere solo un istante, ma vivere per non pentirsene, which means live your life to have no regrets. So that's, that's the song, Ancora un istante. Un viaggio senza sosta è questa vita. Un viaggio dove nessuno sa qual è la meta e dove sta, ma basta un istante e con la fantasia cercare un prato e lì sdraiarsi per un secondo e poi il sole scalderà in un solo istante. Silenzio sulla strada, è ancora buio, paura di ritrovarsi soli, ma soli non si è mai. Ci basta un istante e passo dopo passo, pianure e monti, città e villaggi di gente come noi che adesso siamo qui, cercando un istante per vivere solo un istante, ma vivere per non pentirsene, vivere solo un istante, ma vivere per non pentirsene mai. Un viaggio senza sosta, e questa vita un viaggio dove nessuno sa qual è la meta e dove sta, ma basta un istante perché noi siamo un mare grande che il vento muove, noi siamo un'onda che non si ferma, che non si infrange mai. Ci basta un istante per vivere, solo un istante, ma vivere per non pentirsene, vivere solo un istante, ma vivere per non pentirsene mai.
Fantastic.
Grazie, grazie,
Yes.
grazie. Pasta, fagioli, ravioli, tortellini, lasagne, yes.
Bologna.
Tortellini, sure. Barbera, don't forget the wine has been very helpful to me recently.
We'll be having some in about an hour and a half.
Louise, Louise and Bruce, I have one more for you. One more for you.
Wonderful, thank you.
Okay, so I'd like to thank you all for listening. And I was thinking, you know, we have this technology, so that's great. We can communicate this way, and that's lovely. And I see that one of my friends and fans, Rob Schwartz, is listening. So hi, Rob. Hi, Melissa. So you know, it's interesting. This, you know, past few months, you have to look at a camera, you know, and you have to imagine, you know, that your friends are out there. But thanks to this is the first time that I do a concert on Zoom, so I have to thank very much Louise and Bruce for organizing this. It's nice to see your faces. I mean, most of you are smiling. Some of you are kind of stunned. I see your faces like, wow. But most of you are smiling. That's good. It makes me good. It feels good. Music is good for us, isn't it? So I'm gonna end my little set by thanking you all and wishing you happy holidays. I hope to see you live one day somewhere, and certainly I appreciate your time. Time is the most important thing we'll all have, and so I wish you happy holidays. And I'm going to end with a piece that I wrote when I first came to this country after visiting the Grand Canyon. See, I write music for film and documentaries, and this piece was inspired by the beauty of this majestic place. So it's called Grand Canyon. Thank you again for listening. So maybe if you close your eyes, you can picture yourself in the Grand Canyon.
Well, you will have to imagine what another hour and a half of Peppino might be like at a live show. I've seen several of his shows. Breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking. Works the crowd like nobody's business. It actually, one of the quintessential performers, I think, of the 20th and 21st century. It's fantastic. Never disappoints. So all the artists on the roster this evening and this
Thank you so
afternoon
much.
are stellar performers, but this is really one of the quintessential performers I've ever seen. So works the room mercilessly.
Thanks. You're
Peppino
wonderful.
D'Agostino.
We miss you. Thank you.
So on with the show. And we do want to say hello and good afternoon and good evening and good morning to wherever you are on the planet. The folks over on Facebook, you're welcome to sign up and register. We got plenty of space. Seats are good, and we throw in free parking. That's always a prerequisite at Music My Mother Wouldn't Like in all our venues. Free parking and front row seats. We make no promises about the green room. That's none of our business, but we do the best we can. Like any fun club or great club, sometimes people just kind of show up and sit in. So we're in for a surprise now. This was sort of a last-minute addition to what's going to happen next. I've got a nose, an itch. My mother would say that means that somebody's thinking about you. And I don't feel any pricks of the voodoo doll, so I'm probably doing okay. We recently formed a syndicate, partly because I felt it was a great thing to do and partly to see if it could work, and we are finding that it's working, and we hope that it will, in fact, be a great thing. But we did form the syndicate with 4 venues: the Deer Creek Coffee House, More Music, Music My Mother Would Not Like, and Undiscovered Music to present a great concert that will be happening next Saturday evening at 8 o'clock. It is a ticketed event, and you can get more information about the concert. It's certainly at Baker Booking and Music My Mother Would Not Like in the next couple of days, and all the different venues will be chatting about this. But many of you are familiar with our next artist's legendary interpretations of Joni Mitchell. Voice inflections, tunings, etc. are spot on. And when you add the voice of Allison Shapira singing the Joan Baez portion, you have what is known as the Joan and Joni, a tribute to Joan Baez and Joni Mitchell with Allison Shapira and Kipyn Martin. And that's the concert we're talking about. That'll be happening next Saturday. It may be just a one-off concert. We may go forward with some future dates. We're really not quite certain now. We do believe that the show will sell out. It's been well marketed and well positioned, and tickets are moving briskly through the various venues. So do check out the website, bakerbooking.com. If you're familiar with the other 2 websites or the other 2 organizations, More Music and Deer Creek Coffee House, you can check them out too. They will have tickets available, or just buy them through Ticket Spice, our ticketing partner. Again, that's happening this Saturday evening, December the 19th. Doors will open promptly at 8 o'clock, and this will not be shown on any other platform. So buy it, miss it. We hope to see you there. But the show is limited to 500 people, and we anticipate getting very close to sold out. So if you're sitting on the fence, watch out for splinters. All right. There will be a VIP meet and greet after the show for those that wish to purchase that ticket package, and those are filling out rather quickly. I anticipate those selling out as well. Well. Lots of words can be used to describe, discuss, even define our next performer. And as a radio DJ or a writer, I might use brilliant, compassionate, beautiful, open, musician, wife, mother, teacher. They're all true. And they all depict her perfectly. She is the recipient of many awards, like the Gold Award and Director's Choice in the Mid-Atlantic Songwriting Contest, and played many of the great stages. One of my personal faves was the prestigious Lounge Stage at Falcon Ridge on Thursday night. I want to say it was 2 years ago, but time flies. But I think I will borrow some words from the great John Gorka, who said, "A beauty of a singer." But however, the words of Susan Warner are probably the most succinct and appropriate, and I will end with those. I'm pretty sure that God wishes she could sing like Kipyn Martin. Ladies and gentlemen, Kipyn Martin, and we may have a special guest whom I'm going to invite Kipyn to introduce at the end of her set. But so good to see you. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Everything's great. Can't wait.
Thank you so much. I'll get right into it. See. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. Next year all our troubles will be out of sight. Yuletide gay. Next year all our troubles will be miles away. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here, and I want to thank the Black Feathers and Peppino for those beautiful performances. It really is nice to be in this venue, in this Zoom room with you all. It's strange how just seeing your faces, like Peppino was saying, is so heartwarming, and it's just really great to make some music with you. I got to put on my holiday tie for this celebration. This is one of the only holiday celebrations I will be attending, and that is, of course, an effort to stay as safe as possible. I also have my lovely little holiday mug here. It says "Fa la 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 llama," and inside may or may not be a little bit of whiskey, but that's so. No, but I want to raise a toast to the end of this year. Thank goodness 2020 is almost over. A toast to the time we can all be together again, and to those that we have lost this year. So if you're having a beverage, I toast you, and if you're not, then cheers to you as well. I'll share a tune with you from my latest album. Dedicated to those that we have lost. Running now, heading straight on into the unknown. Oh, it's strange how mysterious hands can build the walls of stone that keep me out from answers within. Where did you go? Where have you been? Was that your voice upon the wind, saying there's nothing standing in your way, and it's open air, and you're free to fly. I know you're gonna be okay, and in time your soul will dance across the sky. Tears coming down, heavy and slow like a summer rain. Oh, it's strange how memories give and take away the pain. The love that you taught, the lessons you gave. This moment is yours, never hesitate. No, no, don't let it go to waste. And there's nothing standing in your way. And it's open air, and you're free to fly. I know you're gonna be okay. And in time, your soul will dance across the sky. I know someday that I'll trace the path you travel down. 'Cause transformation is the fate of every living thing. I think of you each time my eyes are blessed to land upon a swallowtail on the wing. Friends come around, ready to shoulder up our grief. Oh, it's strange how suffering's end can offer some relief. Yeah, there are some things we can't overcome. Your body was just the setting sun, but your journey is just begun. And there's nothing standing in your way. Yeah. And it's open air, and you're free to fly. I know you're gonna be okay. And in time, your soul will dance across the sky. Across the sky. Thank you all so much.
Beautiful,
I'll
beautiful.
share one more tune with you here. There you go. After I knock my microphone off the desk. So I do have a slight set change. Ready? Okay. And while I do this, I will make a couple of mentions that Bruce and Louise have been so kind to mention in the chat here. We do, of course, all of us, or I think most, if not all of us, have albums available on our websites and such. And I am part of that demographic as well. In fact, I have a holiday sale going on. So if you are still in need of a gift for your friends that seem to have everything, a little pre-wrapped bundle of Kipyn Martin albums may be awaiting them. So feel free to visit kipynmartin.com/store for that. Okay. And yeah, so they're actually pre-wrapped, so you don't have to do any of that work. I have a lovely little elf here in Maryland who is doing the wrapping and everything, so it's pretty cool. All right. Yeah, so super excited about this Saturday's show with Allison Shapira. We're going to be doing our first, as Louise said and Bruce said, we're doing our first Joan and Joni show virtually via the Zoom platform, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And so I will leave you with a Joni tune, Joni's holiday tune, her nice, lovely, melancholy Christmas tune. So if you'd like to hear more about the show, please visit bit.ly/Joan and Joni, and it's Joan and Joni with capital J's. So thanks y'all so much for spending your afternoon with us here. It's coming on Christmas. They're cutting down trees. They're putting up reindeer and singing songs of joy and peace. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. But it don't snow here. It stays pretty green. I'm gonna make a lot of money. Then I'm gonna quit this crazy scene. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I wish I had a river so long I would teach my feet to fly. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I made my baby cry. He tried hard to help me, He put me at ease, and he loved me so naughty, made me weak in my knees. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. But I'm so hard to handle, I'm selfish and I'm sad. Now I gone and lost the best baby that I ever had. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I wish I had a river so long I would teach my feet to fly. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I made my baby say goodbye. It's coming on Christmas. They're cutting down trees. They're putting up reindeer and singing songs of joy and peace. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. So much. So
If you could only have seen the intensity with which people were looking in and the unabashed reaches for Kleenex. Just
Yeah, I had to get out another
beautiful.
pack.
Just
here.
beautiful.
Cheers.
Absolutely spectacular.
Thanks y'all so much.
Thank you.
And so I get to introduce our special guest today, right?
Yes, that is
Fantastic.
your responsibility and your distinction and your honor.
It is indeed. So our special guest today has been my musical partner since 2015. We've been performing this Joan and Joni tribute since January of 2015, which is hard to even believe at this point. That's pretty cool. 5 years, and so if you've seen the show or if you've heard Allison Shapira, then you know that she is an accomplished folk singer and performing songwriter, and her classically trained voice combined with her Joan Baez covers make this magical thing happen on stage. If you know Allison, then you know she is a warm spirit and a bright personality, and it's been really, really therapeutic to get to hear some of her music online during this pandemic, and just to be connected to her during the pandemic, as that warmth and brightness of her spirit has been lifting mine, and I know it's going to lift yours too. So it is my pleasure to welcome to our Zoom concert the Joan to my Joni, Allison Shapira.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Kipyn, and so wonderful to see everyone's smiling faces. I'm honored to be here and have been so inspired by Peppino and by the Black Feathers and by Kipyn. It's incredible. I describe myself as a recovering opera singer inspired by Joan Baez, and I'm very excited about our virtual concert next week. I'm going to share with you my favorite folk song that Joan put on her debut album in 1960, and very much hope to see you next week. This is Fare Thee Well. Oh, fare thee well, I must be gone and leave you for a while. Wherever I go, I will return. If I go 10,000 miles, if I go if I go 10,000 miles. Oh, 10,000 miles, it is so far to leave me here alone, while I may lie, lament and cry, and you'll not hear my moan, and you'll not hear my moan. Oh, the crow that is so black, my love, will change his color white. If ever I should prove false to thee, the day will turn to night. Yes, the day will turn to night. Oh, the rivers never will run dry, for the rocks melt with the sun. I'll never prove false to the boy I love, till all these things be done. Till all these things be done.
probably don't have to tell you who that cat caller was, do I? Just beautiful.
I miss
Just
you,
beautiful.
Kipyn.
We can't wait until next Saturday, and hopefully a lot of these folks will join us. Thanks, Allison, for hopping in. This was
Yeah,
wonderful.
thanks for sitting in.
My pleasure.
I'm sort of overwhelmed right now. It's definitely been a 2 Kleenex pack. First 3 performers. Outstanding. Don't go away. We've got so much more, but that was wonderful to have Allison pop in. She had to rearrange some plans, and we just found out about 20 minutes ago that she could be here. So let's see. Following the script that Bruce did so nicely for us, I'm going to now just tell you a little bit more about Baker Booking. I've put the website in there. If you go to Baker Booking, you'll see right on the front page information about the show this Saturday. Is also a little button right up top that says book an artist, or also donate if you're feeling that you're comfortably want to do that. That would be fine, much appreciated, but there's no pressure as far as that goes. But part of this reason we put this together today was a gift for all of you to see our artist, and also, yeah, it's a little bit of kind of promotion. It's saving all of you from going to a conference, which you couldn't anyway, but you're saving a lot of money. You're seeing 6 artists with some guests tonight that you might want to book sometime. So we'll be happy to talk to you. Also, again, Bruce and I would be happy to run a show. If some of you have a venue or a series that you'd like to do something like this, but you haven't done Zoom tech and all of that, just give us a call, because we would be happy to help you do that. Okay, now, speaking of the conferences, one of the last trips that Bruce and I took, well, it was the last trip Bruce and I took together in 2020, was to go to New Orleans to Folk Alliance International. Bruce flew down from Connecticut. We hopped in the car here in Asheville, packed up all the Baker Booking booth gear, and went to New Orleans. And we were representing all of our artists there, but we're very excited that our next performers, David Jacob Strain and Bob Beach, got an official showcase. And then we did like what Ray said, we kind of kicked their butt, and we got them about 10 late night showcases? And those of you who've been to the conferences know that means staying up till 2 or 3 in the morning to play, which they did an excellent job. So we're very excited to have David and Bob with us today. Now, they're about 3,000 miles apart right now. David's in Eugene, Oregon. Bob's just outside of Philadelphia. So they can't play together, but you'll see we have sort of a little way that we can get around that tonight. David and Bob create a musical conversation between intense slide guitar and virtuosic harmonica. Together, they weave left coast stories with the emotional abandon of the blues. Their show moves from humorous, subversive blues to delicate balladry, and then swings back to swampy rock and roll. David has been touring since he was a teenager all over this country, and he happened to meet up with Bob Beach at the Philly Folk Festival, and boy, they just clicked. It was kind of like, the butterscotch sauce on the hot vanilla sundae. It worked out really well. David's also done a lot of teaching here at the Swannanoa Gathering. He's working on some projects now. He's helping produce and doing some recording with the very talented Christopher Worth out in Portland, Oregon. Bob's been keeping busy too. He's been performing with other musical partners, Paul Wilkinson and Megan Carey, and doing some live streams. So they've both been busy, and we're very excited to have them here tonight. So David, take it away.
Thank you, Louise. Thank you for the kind introduction. It's been so wonderful to hear other people play instead of just listening to myself for the last how many months. Kipyn, you sound incredible. Allison, Peppino, everyone, the Black Feathers. Wow, so cool. Well, I'm going to play a little bit on this this steel guitar that I bought as an 11-year-old street singer. Saved up my quarters, and this is it. It's an old National. I'm going to see if I can make a little noise on it for you. standing in her stocking feet in the single room that she kept so neat. The devil works fast and don't retreat. She never gave up easily. And we were kids and we were wild. I see her with the eyes of a child. She must have had some regrets, but she was smiling so big on the day she left. Mama, she don't cry no more. Jesus gonna pick her up in a red Corvette, pour the wine and pay the rents, and thank her for all the prayers she sent to the Father that I never met. He was gone, I didn't know why. Was a different story every time. We're sailing on some big tall ship through silver seas where sirens wept, mama. Man, she don't cry no more. Sing it again. Mama, all the same in the eyes of the Lord. To the bridge now. Hear 'em all over town trying to bring a woman down. Mama said let 'em go round and round, let the lost be lost and the found be found. Mama, ramble on or ramble round, like a drunk, like a clown. You talk about settling down. Yes, the angels sing, but they don't make much sound. And this place is not so bad, could be the best you ever had. Get anything you want at the corner store. Well, one guy liked it so much he came back for more. But mama, she don't cry no more. Hey, hey, mama, we're all the same in the eyes of the Lord. Hey, mama, man, she don't cry no more. Thank you so much. Thank you. I want to bring in my collaborator, my friend, Bob Beach. Bob, are you nearby? Can we bring Bob onto the screen as well? Hey, Bob. Can't hear you yet. As you all know, with Zoom, with Facebook, with even with Skype, even just trying to make a phone call, you have a little bit of latency, and so trying to do anything at the same time is almost impossible. But we're going to do a little bit of trading off as soon as Bob's video unfreezes. Maybe it's just frozen on my end. We're going to try. This is a little number from our Live from the Left Coast album called Hurricane Railroad. There's a legend that the state of Oregon, where I live, is named from sort of a telephone version of the French word for hurricane, and in reference to the winds that blow down the Columbia River Gorge, and there's a set of train tracks that follow the river on both sides. And as a kid, we would take these road trips with my family to Montana. And we would drive oftentimes at the same speed as the freight trains. And so this is a song called Hurricane Railroad. There's a tar paper shack at the edge of the clear cut. Blackberry vines for a front yard. I'm a living out on Powerline Road, just drinking rainforest water out of mason jars. And when I thought of Oregon, this is not what I had in mind. We're 2 months ashore summer, and the rain lasts until July at the end of the line. Yeah, on that Hurricane Railroad. Yeah, the Hurricane Railroad. And the first time that I saw you, baby, with hands and knees in the garden dirt, said you hit me, baby, just like a hurricane. Well, girl, you're a heartbreaker with a gypsy soul. You're a killer, but you don't know you stole the secrets on my rock and roll. And you're leaving me out at the end of the line on that Hurricane Railroad. Well, the Hurricane Railroad. You don't need a ticket to ride. I wanna take you to the other side. 2 trains pass in the night on the Hurricane Railroad. Princess, baby, I'll be your medicine boy. You can meet me down by the river. There's a one silhouette under that harvest moon, and I'm out here on the pavement, just trying to do my thing, singing these Delta songs and burning like gasoline, trying to get back to the end of the line. Yeah, well, I'm trying to get back on that a hurricane will run. Yeah, the hurricane will run. All right, I'll play a while. Take it away, Bob. It's the end of the line on that hurricane railroad, yeah. You can hear that lonesome whistle. Bob Beach on the harmonica. It's great to see you, man.
Hey, it's good to see you too. Sorry about the I don't know what happened. It went away, but it seems to be back.
I think every live stream I've done shortly before the show, you have everything set up. You got the lights dialed in, the sound. You got a glass of something good, and then either the light falls over and the bulb breaks, or you spill your drink, or the Ethernet cables. So good. It's good to have you. Would you sing a little something for us? There's a tune I've been wanting to hear you do.
Let me move quickly to another room here.
Oh, okay. Oh, hey, look at that. That was fast.
Well, if you walk through the garden, you better watch your back. I beg your pardon. Walk a straight and narrow track. Well, if you walk with Jesus, gonna save your soul. Help me keep the devil way down in the hole. It's got the fire and the fury at his command. Well, you don't have to worry. Hold on to Jesus' hand. We'll all be safe from Satan when the thunder rolls. Help me keep the devil way down in the hole. 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 We'll all be safe from Satan when the thunder rolls. Help me keep the devil way down in the hole. sing about Jesus' mighty sword. Well, that catch you with their wings, hold you close to the Lord. Have no fear of temptation. Whoa, his hands are so cold. Help me keep the devil way down in the hole. 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 Have no fear of temptation. Oh, his hands are so cold. Help me keep the devil way down in the hole. 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 Thank you.
Mr. Beach, can't wait till we can be back on the road.
Yeah, David. I know what you mean.
Eating some epic breakfasts.
And some lunches and some dinners.
Well, after the first breakfast, there's always second breakfast.
And also, one of the things I always liked is some of the places we stayed. And I was here earlier, but I want to just go back to Guy and Lavinia's place.
Well, that does look familiar. Yeah, I thought, how did he get to Portland? That green screen's really working out for you. Well,
I'm having fun.
I'm gonna leave off with one more tune that I made up. Played this one of our last shows before the pandemic, and somebody yelled out, "What was that? A real song, or did you write it?" And being a Jewish blues singer from Oregon, I thought he said, "Did you write it?" That was the joke. Thanks. Okay, here's a little song called "Further from the Road." Thank you to Bob Beach. Thank you to Bruce and Louise. Thank you to Bruce and Louise for all the work you do putting these shows together. You've kept us working all year and have created a new space for community and music. Thank you so much. I'm going to leave off with "Further from the Road." She was standing on the shoulder of old Route 242. Well, she could not have been much older than 21 or 22. And so I pulled over just to offer her a ride. And she threw her back in first and she climbed up the passenger side. So I asked where she was going. She said, "I know where I have been." And I asked if she had someone, and she said, "Well, he got what came to him." And she looked out the window as the rain turned to snow. was something that I could not see further from the road, further from the road. And so we rode an hour together, maybe 2 at the most, and I felt like I was dreaming, and she looked like a ghost. I let her off by the old past. She said anywhere was fine, and she did not seem to leave a track as she walked in to the pines and further from the road. Well, hey, yeah, yeah, the road, hey, hey. And sometimes at night, well, I hear that mountain call early in November when the snow begins to fall. I get lost in those woods, I get lost in my own head, lost among the living and among the dead as I go further from the road. Hey, yeah. Oh, but you might see her out there on some lonesome trail, where somewhere in the shadows she's so strong and so pale. Maybe she went up on that mountain, never to come down. But she could be living still in some forgotten town, yeah, further from the road. Hey, yeah, the road. Hey, hey, the road. Hey, the road. She walked further from the road. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Louise.
Beautiful job, David, as always. It was wonderful. And thank you, Bob. Lovely to have you too.
Spectacular. And typical. All these performances are absolutely typical. Perfect. Spot on. Note for note. Always perfect. So thank you so much. It's good to see all of the folks that come on a regular basis to Music My Mother Wouldn't Like, the newcomers to the songs and stories, and those of you that have supported all of our artists. We're very grateful and thankful to you and appreciate that you come each week. Sometimes not knowing who's going to be performing, sometimes not caring, but you come and you support the artist. And some of you come back once and again when the bill fits your needs and your wants, but always welcome. Well, if you'd like to make a voluntary contribution this afternoon, we've been putting up the common PayPal pool link for all of the artists that are performing this afternoon. We've been putting on the link out throughout the afternoon, and you can also pick that up at bakerbooking.com, which also has all the direct links to the artists. If you're interested in booking one of the artists for a house concert, festival, something up in the future, we'd love to chat with you about it. If you'd like to book them for a virtual tour, we'd love to talk to you about that as well. Our next performer may also be seen this Thursday, December 17th, in episode number 3 of Songs and Stories at Music My Mother Would Not Like. It's a ticketed event, and there's more information about it at the website, musicmymotherwouldnotlike.com. And that will be featuring 2 wonderful artists, Jenner Fox and Abby Posner, who Abby I met recently. Jenner we've known for quite some time, but I think you'll find this display of chats and conversations, songs and stories to be very different than what we've done today and what we do on Tuesday nights, but a wonderful opportunity to get to know some of these artists a little bit better, a little bit more in depth. And it may resemble, you may find that it resembles the shows that I do on WPKN in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Well, when our next performer is a real Renaissance man, takes the stage, you know that you're in for something really special. To know him is to know a person that comports himself as an easygoing person that is as comfortable teaching teenagers how to sing as teaching someone twice his age how to play the guitar, or comforting passengers traveling down the rapids in Patagonia, or just taking a bicycle tour with his guitar and bicycle throughout New England, stopping at places and just playing up the melodies. But to really know him is to find a very kind, warm, smart human being that we're very happy to know, and that those personalities come through very, very quickly. It doesn't take long. So please do make welcome one of our most recent additions to the Baker Booking staff and roster. It's a real pleasure to see you, Jenner Fox. Good to see you again, and happy to be with you. And you've renovated your space so beautifully. It's fantastic. Good to see you.
It's beautiful.
Kind words. Thanks, Bruce and Louise. This, I must say that in the best way, this showcase, holiday showcase, where all the team members get to be together, feels like the middle school sports team pizza trophy party at the end of the year in a great way. So this has been super fun. Thank you guys for putting it together, and it's so great to hear everybody play. As Louise and as Bruce mentioned, I worked for many years as a whitewater rafting guide, in addition to touring for music, and I got to work for a few years in a small country between Nepal and India called Bhutan. And one time after work there, I was walking home and kind of enjoying the sunset and the time off, and the Bhutanese kids were coming home from school, and in their broken English, they kind of befriended me and invited me to come along with them. And it's like, all right, this is what I'm in it for. I'm going to follow these kids. And so we went kind of into their small village surrounding this rice paddy. And this kid, the sort of ringleader who I was following, was sort of in a constant stream of unwrapping a hard candy, putting it in his mouth, and then taking it out, offering it to me. This was before COVID, of course. And then putting it back in his pocket, and sort of steady stream candy wrappers flying all over the place. And we weaved in and out of the rice paddy through their village, and we came to this medium-sized boulder. And the kid proudly beckons to the boulder and gets on top of it and says, "This is the biggest rock in my village." And that lived in a notebook for a while, and eventually this song came out. Candy wrappers, cheeks full he ducked and weaved, I followed through the houses row by row. We came upon a mighty stone, he unwrapped another Tootsie Roll as the plastic fell to the ground. He said, "That's the biggest rock in my hometown." We hung a rope from a tree, he tied himself up to me. We climbed and climbed and climbed and climbed. Every day, basketball I never lost. I was taller, we were kings, we'd found the biggest rock in our hometown. One October day in the school gym, I lay in the dark on top of him. We rolled and rolled and rolled and rolled. We don't mention it, just run and laugh and curse and spit, young and proud. And the biggest rock in my hometown. Climb on top, don't look down, you're way up high now. It used to rain in the bay in the fall. It poured the day his mother called, said he was in the hospital. Something growing up inside his chest. We played hearts beside his bed, his ribs climbing up and down like the biggest rock in our hometown. Oh, I wonder where you are today. It's raining here in New York State. It rolls and rolls and rolls. I'd like to say I just thought of you, but I also like to tell the truth. It was the plastic twisting sound, and it got me thinking about candy wrappers, cheeks for you, duck and weave. I followed through the houses row by row. We come upon a mighty stone. You unwrap another Tootsie Roll as the plastic falls to the ground. You say that's the biggest rock in my hometown. First met, before I met Bruce, I met Louise. She booked me to play at the ISIS Music Hall in Asheville, and after the show, I sort of found out during the show that Louise was also a booking agent, and it's like, man, I've never met one of those before. Sure, I'd like to pick her brain and see if she might be interested in making my life a lot easier and better, and so we got coffee the next day, and I one thing I really appreciate about Louise is as you see, she has great taste, and also she shoots it straight, and we sat down. I don't know if you remember this, Louise, but I figured this would be the best opportunity to tell the story. But you're like, you know, Jenner, you're not the best guitar player, and you don't have the best voice, but there's just something about you, man, and and I'll never forget that, because and then at the end of the conversation, you said, you know, I'll think about working with you, and then we did, and I'm so grateful to be part of this. And I think, as you guys can tell from the roster, you could tell why she would say that I'm not the best guitar player and not the best voice, because it's a pretty darn high caliber. But anyway, I thank you for believing in the something, and
I'm glad I did, Jenner. I'm glad I did. You're a very unique person, and we love your stories. And yes, I do remember that.
Yeah.
And you pay attention. You read my emails.
Yeah. Well, this is for Louise and Bruce, and there's so many promoters and folks here, and this is for you all who do so much for making music happen and letting us have those experiences that we all cherish so much, and the reason we're all here right now. And so this is called The One. You make me stutter, you make me dumb, you make me lonesome, you're the one. We could do nothing, we could do some, I don't care, you're the one. I swore off loving, I swore off dreams, I built a fence, tall as a tree, I swore off puppies, I feared the fleas, but that's all done. You're the one. We love the moon, we curse the sun. You keep me warm, you're the one. I like to change, I like to run, nothing's for sure, you're the one. I swore off rivers, I swore off weed, I swore off swearing, but I was mean. I lay with others, I lay with none, I lay with you. You're the one.
As I'm often fond of saying during the shows, it wasn't that I'm indecisive about clapping. It's just a hard time finding the mute button sometimes. So, great song.
Thank you. Thanks to all my friends who showed up here. It's great to see your faces and names. Stay tuned for South of the Winter after this. I got to take a harmonica lesson with Bob Beach earlier during the quarantine, which was pretty cool, and he told me to play less notes, so that was dedicated to you, Bob. Great advice. I got to spend a 2-week period in a small town in Wyoming called Dayton as the artist in residence in the fall of 2019, and my sort of pitch to the people who ran the residency was that I wanted to take the stories from the town and the people in the town and write a record based on that, and I'm hopefully going to be recording it this winter. It did come out, but one of my favorite stories from that was that when I came into town, I sort of just walked around to the gallery, the coffee shop, and asked people who the storytellers were, and people told me various names, but everyone mentioned this guy named Jack Russell, who was apparently the town mountain man and lived with the bears in a house he built for himself in the mountains, and they said I needed to talk to him, and so it sort of became the thing that I knew I had to do, and thus I procrastinated the most, and people told me that Jack would come into town every day to the community center to eat lunch and get a free lunch there, and they said you could tell if he was there because he drove a Toyota with the side view mirrors ripped off apparently by a bear. And so finally, kind of towards the end of my 2 weeks, I went to the community center and was like, all right, I'm gonna meet this Jack character and bite the bullet. And so I walk in and there's a bunch of people who look like they could be the 85-year-old Jack Russell eating lunch there, and I say, hey, is anybody Jack Russell? And they all laugh and point to one guy, and he said, yeah, I'm Jack Russell, can I help you? And he said, and I said, yeah, I'm a songwriter, and I've come to ask if you would tell me some stories. And he said, that's a request I've never gotten, but let me think for a second. And he had me follow him outside of the parking lot to his car with the side view mirrors missing, and he rummaged through the back seat, and there were kind of like handwritten papers and journal entries everywhere, and I think the back seat maybe had already been defiled by a bear. So it was sort of the seats were messed up, and he pulled out this piece of paper and he said, "This is my obituary, and I'd love to read it for you. I think this might help your writing." This is for Jack in his beautiful writing. It's called Jack Russell. My way to a little town, stayed 2 weeks in a little house down at the mouth of the river called Tongue, where it empties out from the mountains. I came with eyes open wide and a box of produce from the state line. I hope to leave with an open mind and a box of songs for the hard times. I asked some folks where the stories hide. They pointed me to the mountainside. There's a man over there by the mouth of the river, and I heard a bear ate a side view mirror. Another claimed at a funeral, he told the grieving widow, no one should have to sleep alone. I got a warm bed and a pillow. There's a man named Jack Russell, yes, really Jack Russell. He lives at the end of the road, where the stars in the sky and the flowers of springtime and the rain on your face, each rising day in a blaze of glory unfolds. Well, I forgot about Jack for a few days, sitting on the couch in my own big brain, bragging about the beauty of the big orange slope to my propane stove in my window. And then perhaps by happenstance I walked outside in my underpants. I only ever had just to take a leak, but the stars above reminded me there's a man named Jack Russell, yes, really Jack Russell. He lives at the end of the road, where the stars in the sky and the flowers of springtime and the rain on your face, each rising day in a blaze of glory unfolds. So I went out looking for his Japanese car in a town of Chevys and Dodges and Fords. I only had to walk a small town block before it stuck out like a thumb in a parking lot. So it was I met my mountain man, 85 years old with a steady hand. He took me out right then and there and read me his obituary. And it said, "Don't shed a tear, it's not the end of my story. I'll be here in a blaze of glory, where the stars in the sky and the flowers of springtime and the rain on your face, each rising day is the trace that remains of the tears that were made in a blaze of glory unfolds."
It's like you're garnering the applause of your teacher as well. Bob Beach there's
All right.
nodding along.
Jenner, I remember when you and the band all stayed in the apartment here, and you were the only one who ate my healthy muffins. Bruce doesn't even like them.
Can't stand the healthy muffins.
Thank you for enjoying healthy food.
You
And
take one thing from this show, it's that Louise makes great healthy muffins.
and that you have lovely socks on the wall there.
That's true. Yeah, those socks are for sale. This link here that I just put in the chat is where you can find them. They're very comfortable. These quilts are actually not for sale, although they are lovely. And please stay tuned for South for the Winter. I got to hear them during sound check, and they sounded wonderful. So the show goes on. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, if we can just task you with one last chore. Louise is going to post up or show pick up a picture. We often do drawings that music my mother wouldn't like, and it seems to be pretty popular. But we wonder if you might pick a number between 1 and 120, and this represents the 120 people that registered for today's show. You got to be in the room to win. But I want you to pick a number between 1 and 120. Louise will do some quick, tricky math, and someone will get a note a little bit later on today that will start off with winner, winner, chicken dinner. But this is a package of all the records, not all the records, but one of each of the artists' record, plus a special compilation record that was done on behalf of Mountain Spirit Acoustic Music, which is a series that she ran for about 10 years. It's a beautiful commemorative album, and if we'd known you guys 10 years ago, you'd be on that record too.
I know. But there are people on there that I'm sure folks in the room will know. But the best thing is one of each of the Baker Booking artists. My screen share didn't work, so I'll just show you the actual item. All right, Jenner, drum roll.
The number between 1 and 120?
Yes.
Okay, 8.
Number 8. We rarely get single digits. That's very exciting.
Right.
It's a big moment.
Okay,
Big moment in the history of Baker Booking. Ladies and gentlemen, Jenner Fox, thank you so much. What a beautiful collection of stories and songs.
Fabulous. All right. So now, where are we? With that getting done, we will take a moment to look for number 8. See if we can do this. All right. We're getting toward the end of the night, and thank you all for staying with us, whether it's afternoon or night. I did want to just talk for a little bit about our sponsor, and that is undiscoveredmusic.net. I don't know how many of you have discovered this fabulous website. We have 2 of the people involved with it, Stan Davis and Paul Price, here with us tonight. It is a wonderful resource for touring musicians, for booking agents, for fans. It's a way that you can find out what's happening in your community. If you're an artist, you could post on there that you're looking for gigs. We've been able to put all of our live stream shows up on this site, and they've just been very supportive to help us navigate this world of touring. It's very hard when you're trying to route artists all over the country and sometimes in Canada, and find good places for them to play. And this is just a great resource where they've combined all this information. So I can't thank those folks enough for this resource. We're using it for our shows, and we hope that you will check it out too. So thanks again to undiscoveredmusic.net. Okay, and also thank you all for staying here. We've had a great turnout today. We somewhere around 90 people, and we still have 80 strong in the room. A few people had to excuse themselves to go to other things that they had to do this evening, and some people came in late, and we're just happy that you were all here. And again, check out all the resources and come see us again. But we're going to end up the evening with South for Winter. They are 3 fabulous artists that we also met at Folk Alliance up in Montreal. We were sitting in the kind of newcomer seat because we hadn't been to Folk Alliance International, and we got to talking to Alex, and he told us, we're from Nashville, we've got this group South for Winter, and then we met the rest of the band, and just went on from there. Falcon Ridge, NERFA, again in New Orleans at Folk Alliance. So let me tell you a little bit about them. They're a trio. They reside now in Nashville. Danny Stone is originally from Colorado. Her husband, Nick, from New Zealand, and Alex, originally from Michigan, but they're all there in Nashville now. Except Danny is also a nurse, and she's doing a traveling nurse stint out in Colorado, and she flew back today just to play this show. So we're really, really pleased that she did that. They recently released Luxumbria. It's a beautifully textured recording that showcases the diverse voices, writing, and the instrumentation. They're just a fabulous band. I think some of the DJs have already discovered them, and we are so glad. They said, we'd like to join your agency, and we were a little unsure, during COVID to hire a booking agent, but they were ready, and we said, sure, come on in. And it was just about a month ago, so we invited them to be part of the showcase and close out the show tonight. So let's bring on South for Winter. And I think Bruce is going to, are you there, Bruce? We got to find them. It's a little complicated sometimes to get the bands here. So there we are. Aha, how festive.
Can you guys hear us?
We can.
Awesome.
Go
Hello. Well, thank you so much, Louise, for that beautiful introduction. And like she said, we just joined the roster, and we're really, really honored that they accepted to have us on the roster, and then especially tonight.
Yeah, thanks for putting us last, guys. No pressure at all, eh?
I know, seeing so many incredible acts, now we're like, whoa, we got to step it up. So we are honestly so honored to be on this roster. Every musician here.
I just want to play
been
every guitar that I can
unbelievable.
see on the screen right over there.
We do. Also, one of my favorite moments was when the Black Feathers started and they mentioned how much they love murder ballads, and nothing makes me more excited than hearing another band say that, especially one on the same roster as us. So we have 2 murder ballads coming tonight. But speaking of the Black Feathers and South for Winter, both which are birds, this song is the story of a beaver and a sparrow. The song is called Twine. Darling, you will go, how I wish you would stay. I've made a little home of sticks and clay. Don't let it wash away. Darling, I will love you even when you leave. I can hear the wind running through the trees. Don't let it catch your wings. Underneath the night skies, underneath the pines, I'll hold you, my darling, with a bit of twine. But it don't make you mine. Underneath the darkness where we lie, we pretend that it will soon unwind. For I am not your kind. Darling, I can fight, just bury it in sand. Hold back all my love, build up instead. You'll knock it down again. Underneath the night skies, underneath the pines, I hold you, my darling, with a bit of twine. But it's oh so fine. Underneath the darkness where we lie, we pretend you don't long for the sky. For I am not your kind, kind, kind. I know I'm not your kind. I know I'm the one that built you, break you, fly alone. I'm not your one and only, just a place to go home for the time. No, I am not yours. I am not the one that'll make you sing. I'll give you the warmth, the shade, the trees. But that's not what you need. Underneath the night skies, underneath the pines, I'll cut you loose and you'll take flight. For I am not your kind, kind, kind. I know I'm not your kind. I know. And the dam comes down, the rivers rise and flow. I'm not yours. I'm not yours. I'm not yours.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. We've seen which is incredible. A few other people we've met along the way. So thank you to everyone new. Hello. Thank you to everyone new and everyone that we've met in the past. We are really excited to be here. Especially me, flying in for 24 hours and escaping the 10-degree weather and snow in Colorado for just 24 hours is a nice reprieve, and seeing your beautiful faces is just a cherry on top. So we are going to go into a murder ballad. The album Luxumbra is our debut album, and we actually released that just this past October. Luxumbra means light and shadow in Latin, so it is a mix of happy folk and murder ballads. This next song is called The Devil Is a Calling, and this is a murder ballad. This song is dedicated to you. Lord, cleanse my soul in the riverbed. Let the waters rise up. Let the waters rise up. I'm saying, Lord, oh Lord, wash this from my head. I met the devil by the tree. Didn't know where it would lead. Cheat. Never did no wrong by the Lord nor me. Till he took a walk through the garden one day. Heard a whisper at a taste. Felt that fire water in his hands, and I was saying, so much. As I was singing it, I realized it's kind of a ridiculous song to sing in a Santa hat.
It's a bit of a juxtaposition, but it works.
Things don't matter.
I don't know. I just keep picturing the Scrooge movie and the guy in the chains, Marley walking across. Fantastic.
Yes. So thank you guys so much again. This is our last song of the night and the last song of the evening. So thank you everyone who's tuned in, for the other artists, and for us.
It's been a fantastic evening to be a part of. Thank you so much for having us.
Fantastic. It has been. Our last show of 2020. Is it your guys' last show of 2022 as well?
No, it's 2020, not
2020 as well.
No, we've got
got a busy week.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
But we are closing the
Black Feathers. I see a cute dog.
We'll be closing down the venue for some renovation in a couple of weeks.
I think that's a dog.
It's a dog.
It's a dog.
Great dog.
Be nice to
The
No, I
the
can't
goodest
see.
boy.
It blends in with the sweater. It's hard to see. All right, well, our last song is also a murder ballad. So we got a little inspired by the Black Feathers, bringing out the dark songs right next to Christmas. So we are bringing out two of our dark songs.
We weren't going to play any of these songs earlier.
We weren't. We do have an album that is out on all sites. You can buy CDs on our website, southforwintermusic.com. And if you like happy, light songs, we do have some of those as well. But this is a murder ballad called 10 Black Crows. This is the story of an 1800s outlaw in the Wild West going around and killing people until karma comes back around. It is very cheery and a great one to end a great night on. So thank you guys so much for listening. We're South for Winter.
Ten black crows circling overhead, noose around his neck. Any last request? 10 black crows circling overhead. Any final words? Is what the hangman says.
Bring that bass, Alex. Yeah, yeah. Airline road, no town for miles. Head on horse she'd ride, filling the air with her eyes till hell came down in a cloud of dust. Ain't no way to run from a quick charge with a loaded gun, and he stood and watched the
Yeah.
guys. Thank you so much. I was also chasing our dog out of the room with a tambourine.
I will not repeat Louise's words, but they were pretty right on.
It's a compliment.
Gutted I didn't hear them.
I think I was muted, but it was, in other words, that was awesome. And dogs, cats, whatever. I'm so glad you guys joined our roster and could close out the show.
We are too. We are, again, I can't say it enough. We are so honored. Every person here has just blown our minds. So we are very thankful to be here.
Do you have to go right back to Denver?
Yes, I have a shift on Tuesday, so I'll be flying back tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Well, thank you for coming back. Be safe, and
Thank
you guys take good care of her this weekend.
Frontline worker. Thank you.
No pressure.
Oh, yes, that'd be the husband right there.
It's him. It's his job.
All right. Thank you. So let's see. I'm going to bring Bruce in here. And we're just going to wrap up so everyone can go have dinner, or some of you lunch, or maybe for the Black Feathers, it's almost breakfast time. In just a minute, we're going to allow everyone to unmute and put everyone on gallery so you can all say hello to each other. But I just wanted to thank all of our clients for taking the time to do this, the preparation, reading many, many emails that we sent with all the specifics of how this was going to come together, helping invite many of you to come. It was a team effort, that's for sure. We hope that if you are presenters, house concerts, whatever, that maybe you found someone new tonight that you didn't know about, or maybe you saw someone again that you saw at NERFA or one of the festivals that you'd like to consider to book in the future. And we'd like to hear from you. Go to the website, email us, call us. Bruce likes phone calls. And we'd love to work with you on that. So, Bruce, would you like to offer a few closing thoughts too?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I was expecting to just get up and get on with it, but no.
Oh yes. Should we announce the winner?
Yes, you should.
One of our regulars. It is David Finley.
All right.
Comes every Tuesday night, and I said in the private chat, David, do you have a CD player? And he does. So.
Okay. Yeah, it's not an unreasonable question these days.
They're going to a good place.
So that's fantastic. No, I do want to thank you all for coming. And from the business side, if this is something that you think you'd like to do, to present some artists, but you have some quandaries as to how you can do it, we'd love to help you. We can help you transform your living room into a studio and invite your friends in to present artists, not necessarily ours, but in general. We'd love it if you did. But I want to thank every one of you for rearranging your Sunday afternoon to be with us, and now Sunday evening. So thank you so much. We wish you the best for warm holidays, and confident that the good leadership that was coming in will help us get through this pandemic quickly and efficiently and professionally. So, but thank you so much for being here, and I wish you all a very wonderful, safe, and good holidays, and look forward to seeing you next year. Or some of the shows coming up, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. A lot of shows.
And then we take a little time off, but we're so blessed, really, to get to represent these people. I'm probably going to start crying again. I've been crying, dancing, clapping, all of the above in the last 2.5 hours. They're just all so amazing, and they're all really nice people too. They make us laugh, and they pretty much all of them have stayed at my place, and which is now Bruce's place too. So we look forward to the future. I'm going to click this little button that allows people to unmute, and we're going to go a gallery. And if any of the artists would like to say hi to anybody, or we'll give you a few minutes to chat. Then we're going to break open our bottle of wine. So here's to all the performers.
Well, thanks, guys.
The Black Feathers are still here.
Still here. We were here for the whole show. We just turned off our video while we were eating.
Yeah, we didn't think anyone needed to watch us eat pizza.
More of a want than a need, though.
Can you get good pizza where you are? It's tough to get good pizza here in Asheville. No, okay.
Well,
Come to my house.
compared compared to anywhere in the States, trust me, our pizza is shit. It's like, it's just...
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, all the artists. Thank you, Louise and Bruce. Happy holidays to all of you. It was a joy to be with you. Thank you.
Oh, it's wonderful to have you, Peppino.
I'm taking up your offer for good pizza.
Yeah, I mean, I make pretty good pizza. I'm Italian, you know.
Wait. Excuse me.
That's an invitation, right?
Is this as good as Brooklyn? It's as good as Brooklyn pizza.
Questionable, on par.
That's a
gonna
big
kick off any minute, right?
Oh, we're getting into that food conversation, you know, pizza, pie, whiskey, that at all, but
That time of the night.
It divides homes and families, that food argument.
Healthy
Hey, it's hot, and it has cheese. Sign me up. I'm good.
So can we just give a round of applause to Luis and Bruce for putting this together?
Oh, yeah.
I think they've gotten enough.
guys,
You know what I like to say, without you, there ain't us. So thank you very much.
right. That's what Bruce was teaching me. It's about all of you bringing it to us, and then we can bring it all back out to more people. That's what it's all about. Yeah.
And Bruce is from Connecticut, so he knows that Worcester Street in New Haven is the pizza capital of the world.
Oh, yeah.
It's not too shabby. Not
He's
too
taking
shabby.
me there.
I think Peppino might have something to say about that.
No comment. No comment.
Well,
Excuse me.
Sally's is pretty
Hello.
Oh.
Brooklyn.
You know a guy named Johnny Paisano, he sings a funny song about people eating pizza with fork and knife. He's got some great commentary on that. Well worth a listen, Johnny Paisano.
Johnny Paisano, I like that.
Yeah, that's his name, Johnny Paisano. He's a good guy.
Plays with Willie Nile.
Yep.
We could get Johnny on the show sometime. Maybe he'll bring pizza.
Maybe, yeah. That'd be good.
Hey, Bruce, Louise, I gotta tell you, both between the music stuff and the stuff, I retired in June, but when I was working with the government, God, this as a Zoom conference, this has been perfect. Everything's just been so great, just so great tonight. I also note, I think the catch to everything is mics. I mean, that's the catch. The mic makes everything different.
We label this as a federal endorsement.
No. I'm retired.
What?
Federally endorsed.
Was it good? Was it good? Did you like what you had to eat?
This is the we're all in the green room now, and no healthy muffins.
Yeah, there's no healthy muffins.
I just make those when Jenna comes. There was all like whole grains and dried fruit and nuts, and the other guys, well, one of them was gluten free, and the other one I think wanted a Snickers bar. But Jenner said, "I'll take them all."
The truth is, he's not really gluten free. He just knew what they tasted like. I like everything else that she makes. She's a wonderful cook, a fantastic baker, all the rest. But these healthy muffins are for the birds, black or otherwise. I don't care. This is for the birds, not for me.
There's a cute little baby down here.
I know.
In the window.
Visitor on camera.
All right.
That's my granddaughter, Madeline.
Hi, Madeline.
I know a
Madeline.
Sign her up, Louise.
We're going to do that.
How does she spell her name? The English way or the French
Take care,
way?
guys.
L-I-N-E.
I-N-E? That's how my Madeline does as well. Or, well,
Your
that's how we
Madeline's
spelled
here.
it.
Is she still here?
Madeline's still with us, yes.
There she is. Here's
Hi.
Madeline.
Hey.
Hi, Madeline. We got two Madelines in the room.
This doesn't happen often.
That rarely happens to me.
Are you
I'm usually the only one.
Are you sewing tonight?
I am timbre embroidering an 18th century neck fichu, because what else would I be doing on a Sunday night?
No. Did anyone understand that? Can you hold it up for us to see?
And Bruce Swan has a Madeline also, who's
This is my Madeline, yeah.
This is
Hold it
Bruce's
up.
daughter.
Hold
She's
it
doing
up.
this incredible
Yeah.
stitching.
Steadier hands than mine.
Madeline has made a lot of beautiful period costumes and interpretations of period work, and they have, and seniors are permitted to do Century Day work. She'll explain it a lot better. But what Madeline made for the entire summer was this beautiful hoop skirt that she walked to school in. And I mean, people dressed like 50s and 60s, but Madeline dressed as the, 1880s?
Wow.
It was Decades Day, and I told everybody I was doing the 60s. And so that's what most people were doing, and they were expecting, hippie outfits. And my parents made me walk to school. My mom insisted I wouldn't fit in the car. Really wanted to take pictures of me walking to school. So there's a picture of me in front of the house with like my backpack on, and I have this red 1860s day dress, complete with a hoop skirt. I'm wearing Converse underneath, and I walked up to school in this dress, and I got stopped a lot for pictures in the hallway. And I had to do an oil change while wearing it, which was interesting. And I made the corset underneath. It was all around a weird day.
I didn't hear about the oil change part, but that's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, I had to climb up and then out of it while it was on the lift.
Oh my God.
Madeline took auto shop for four years, and she came into class, I guess it was her junior year, first semester, and a couple of the tough guys started giving her a tough way to go. Look at this chick in the class and all this garbage. And finally one of them said, "Listen, stupid, she's the only one who knows what's going on, so listen to her."
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty impressed.
Nice. Nice.
A lot of talent in that family.
All right, guys, I gotta go make some pizza.
I think that's what we're all gonna do.
We're all going to go. All right, you all get home safely. We'll see you next time.
Happy
holiday,
It's your parking ticket
Thank you. We'll
validated.
see you at the next show. We
So long,
appreciate
everybody.
you. Good night.
Good night.
Bye, Papa.
Bye, Birdie. See you soon.
Bye, Louise.
Bye, Madeline. Bye,
Paul,
Range,
good to see you.
John, Lukey, and Danny.
See
and
y'all
Kipyn
soon.
And everybody.
Yeah,
Be
man.
good.
Thanks, everybody.
Catch-
Thank you very
we'll
much.
Catch up in the week, guys.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thanks,
And thanks all of
Paul.
you that have contributed this evening.
Peter, Mark, everybody. Yeah, thanks for your being here and your donations and all. Happy holidays.
All righty, darling. Let these folks go home. It's time
I'm
for
ready
a drink.
for a glass of wine.
I am too. Bye for now, everybody. Happy holidays.